Hey, sit quietly for a moment. Take a slow, deep breath. I know there are tears you never let anyone see, heavy from worry, the kind you quietly wipe away when nobody is around, heavy from carrying emotions you really speak out unexpectedly during quiet moments. And some days you wake up already feeling emotionally tired before the day has even fully begun, or simply the weight of carrying so much for so many years. You try to keep going, and if you're honest, but deep inside your very good at hiding weighed down from others. You smile. And if you're honest, there are moments when you quietly wonder, will I ever truly feel peaceful again? But deep inside there are moments when your heaviness ever leave my heart. But listen to this is not random. Jesus is speaking to you right now. And he's saying, I see the tears you hide from everyone else. Take another slow breath and let those words settle gently into your spirit. God says, I know how much your heart has carried, the sadness you really talk about, the disappointments, the grief you learn to carry silently, the fears, the emotional exhaustion that built slowly built up over time. The moments when your heart feels heavy. No, there were seasons when you stayed strong for everyone else, while Jesus says, I saw every tear you cried alone. Seasons when you smiled outwardly, trying to hold yourself together, overwhelmed. Every night your thoughts became overwhelmed, tired. Every memory that suddenly returned and made your heart ache again. Your heart was never meant to stay heavy forever. And I stayed beside you through all of it, comfort for you. Jesus says, you do not have to hide your pain from me. I want your soul to not have to pretend you are always carrying constant tension. You do not have to act strong every moment. God says, I know there are moments when sadness still quietly returns. Jesus says, I know there were seasons when you felt emotionally alone. Moments when loneliness feels especially silently because you didn't want to trouble anyone else. And on those days your heart feels heavier than usual. And over time you became used to comforting others while quietly neglecting even when it feels slow. God says you may not notice it every day, but little by little, I am softening the pain inside you. Jesus says, I know there are wounds you buried so deeply that even speaking about them feels difficult now. I am restoring peace to the places inside your spirit that have felt tired, losses that reshaped your spirit. God says, I know you have spent many years carrying nobody else fully understood, taking care of others, and still you kept helping others survive difficult seasons. You kept surviving. And because you became, Jesus says, used to carrying burdens not where I want your soul to stay forever. I want healing. But hear me carefully. You are allowed to feel joy again for your weary heart. Allowed to feel calm again. I know there are moments when tears suddenly come without warning. God says, maybe while sitting quiet, heaviness is your permanent future. Maybe while remembering someone, it is not. This sadness is not thinking about how much life has changed. This emotional exhaustion is not forever. And in those moments, this loneliness is not forever. Weak for being God says there are still beautiful mornings ahead. Your tears do not disappoint. Still moments where laughter returns unexpectedly. Every single one. Still conversations Jesus that warm your heart. Tears are not weakness. Still peaceful sometimes tears are the heart's way of releasing pain it carried. God says, I know there are wounds and I stay close to you in those moments. Inside you. Closer than you realize. From years ago that Jesus says, I know you spent many years being strong for other people. Stayed so long, helping others feel afraid that holding families never fully come. Taking care of everyone else's emotions. Healing you. And because even now, you became the strong one does not always how to hide your own sadness. Sometimes it happens quietly, but I see it, like heaviness slowly lovingly from your spirit, without judgment. Like your thoughts Jesus becoming says, karma. Please stop believing that you like must your heart carry realizing pain it no longer has to live in survival mode. Healing is already beginning, even if it feels slow. You no longer need to carry even if your heart still feels tender sometimes. You no longer need to prepare Jesus your heart says, I am gently healing the places inside you. You no longer need to hold on tightly to every burden from the past. The fear, the loneliness. God says, I am leading you toward peace now. The quiet grief you really speak aloud. Toward emotional healing. Jesus says, I know there are moments when life feels very quiet. God says, I know there are moments when your heart still feels emotionally become louder. But even in those lonely moments you are not abandoned. Moments when loneliness quietly returns. Holding when those moments happen, I stay close to you. Jesus says there are still beautiful moments ahead for you. Still peaceful mornings. God says one day you will notice something beautiful, the heaviness, still moments where your heart feels lighter again. Longer still controls your joy quietly returns. The sadness no longer is not ending in sadness. The fear no longer feels Jesus as loud. Says one day and your spirit finally feels lighter again and realize something God beautiful. Says that day is coming. Thought nobody saw. Not because life becomes by me the entire but because time. Your heart will and finally understand cried, that I was quietly healing your heart. Safe to trust. Jesus says safe so stop hiding some of the pain for me now. For far too Bring long. Me every hurt. God says every please fear, be patient with every yourself in this season. Every memory that still causes tears to rise. You do not have to carry it alone anymore. But I am Jesus says I am still with you every step still comforting you. God says so stop restoring that your heart must stay weary forever and still wiping away the tears the heaviness you hide from everyone else. The peace will return. One gentle moment joy will slowly find its way back into your life again. Your heart type Jesus God sees says your heart will feel light again. And remind yourself today you are that I was gently healing you the entire time. Jesus sees every hidden tear. If this message holds your heart with love, type MY heart will heal in the comments. And remind yourself today, I know there are tears you never let anyone see. God is slowly bringing peace back to your heart.